Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, here we go. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast here for Thursday. One more day before we head into the weekend.
Whoop, whoop. It's Friday Eve, bitches.
You got anything fun set up for the weekend, Virginia?
I do. I've got a little wedding that I am the bar setter-upper.
Oh, that's right.
So,
okay, yeah.
my good friend Jeff, who I do that podcast with, the psychic medium guy, he's getting married on Saturday, and so my gift to him is setting up the bar.
Oh, okay.
My girlfriend Amy is the bartender. I'm going to get all the booze. I started purchasing bulk booze yesterday.
Bulk booze.
That's fun. You look like a damn alcoholic.
Yeah. You pretty much wound up going, because I know originally you're talking maybe just a little vodka and tequila, and then it kind of started to expand into other things.
Well, that's what the betrothed Jeff suggested. Wanted to do a little vodka, a little tequila, a beer, wine, champagne. So that's what we're doing.
I think a lot of it's really just you got to know your crowd. That's the biggest thing. Who is going to be there? Because from party to party, it so radically changes.
I think he's got such a mixed bag. This is a all over the place crowd. You've got like hardcore partiers all the way to teetotalers. Because he's got like family coming that doesn't drink, and then he's got like people like me that are a pirate.
Yeah.
So he's got everything in between.
I think if I had to do that, the big questions I would ask is give me a little bit of a profile. Because I can tell you, for instance, where I grew up, let's say that it was the Logan High School class reunion, and I was in charge of the bar. I would have probably Coors Light and Budweiser, mainly just beer, and then you'd have some Jack Daniels, and you'd be good. No, I swear to God, that would be it. I wouldn't waste time on anything else. That's all you would need.
I think South Florida is too prissy for that.
Yeah, most of it. Now, again, even within the different circles, you're still going to have a little bit of that, depending upon who you're with. Are you dealing with people that are a little bit more out west? Do they like going out on boats? Are they country music fans? That would change things. And then if you're just even talking about the city folk, how much are they into health and nutrition? Because
True.
that really dictates what you're going to drink. I was looking at this list of the most unhealthy alcoholic beverages, and they were actually talking to a trainer about, okay, hey, when you drink, what do you drink? And he was on that. I would go mainly with vodka. That's what a lot of health people will drink. And he would do also the kind of like silver tequila. And he pretty much tried to stick with a potato vodka, I think he was saying.
Okay.
And I know that has kind of pushed me into that zone where that's one of the main reasons I never used to drink hard alcohol at all, ever. And now that's when I drink. I mean, I'm mainly a wine drinker, a few beers here and there. I'll splurge with a craft beer, like a nice old High Life like I had on Saturday at Yard House. But other than that, I'll do vodka and I'll do tequila.
You have any food at Yard House?
What's that?
You have any food at Yard House?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was good. Food's always great there. Love it. So yeah, if you want to stay away from the high calorie stuff, they said the worst thing that you can get is pina colada.
Oh, yeah. Everybody knows that, though. I mean, if you're getting a frozen, creamy rum drink,
Yeah.
you're not doing that because you're on a diet.
Yeah. They actually were able to break it down to like how many calories it has. It has as many calories as a Big Mac, 650 calories. One pina colada is like eating a Big Mac.
Honestly, I'd much rather eat the Big Mac. I don't like pina coladas. Oh.
And it has as much sugar. How many Krispy Kreme donuts do you think equals one pina colada?
5.
Bird, what do you think?
I would say 6.
8.
Oh,
Drinking a pina colada is like eating 8 Krispy Kreme donuts.
I would never eat 8 Krispy Kremes.
Or 6 full-size Reese's peanut butter cups.
Damn.
I could do that.
That's 1 pina colada. That's crazy. They said that Bud Light Lime-A-Rita is up there as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. 330 calories, 29 grams of sugar, as much as 3 Krispy Kreme glazed donuts.
Damn.
Margarita, got to watch out for that. Right around 300 calories and 19 grams of sugar. And the thing that kind of got me too, I didn't realize they even had skinny margarita on there. That's still 184 calories and 8 grams of sugar.
Even though it's skinny, it's not completely skinny.
They throw you off with that. Yeah. The other one's to watch out for Long Island iced tea.
Oh, that will fuck you up.
It will, yeah. and typically, if you're looking, that's what that one trainer had said. Higher alcohol content is going to typically mean more calories, and that would be worse for you.
That's what you drink when you just get divorced. Like, that's such
Yeah.
a, like,
Yeah.
I feel like every time I have drank a Long Island iced tea, I've done more than one, and I'm definitely seeing double.
you have so much regret the next day.
I hate that drink.
The one that did surprise me, they had gin and tonic on this list at 207 calories and 14 grams of sugar. I don't know why I didn't think it had as much. I always almost think of gin and tonic as kind of a diety kind of drink.
Right. I did too, but wow.
So that's still pretty, they say, hey, watch that. And the Aperol Spritz, which I don't really order anything called Spritz. But they say that still has 209 calories and 21 grams of sugar. So
That's
keep
why
an eye
you
out for
just
that.
gotta do a shot of whiskey.
Yeah, maybe. So there you go. If you're trying to put stuff together. So yeah, that's why when it comes to if I did that and what it is, you do have a lot of the standards, which I think if you're just trying to mass appeal in South Florida, that's probably it. But you got to know the geography and a little bit about the lifestyle of the people you're putting it together. Because, yeah, if you rolled and you tried to open up a bar like that in West Virginia, you'd be like, what's all this fancy shit?
Why does that wine have bubbles in it? What is champagne?
I honestly don't even know they really drink wine. In fact, I didn't even know wine existed until I left Logan. Like, what is this drink with grapes?
We have moonshine and we have flavored moonshine.
Yeah, they will do moonshine. I never saw anyone ever drink wine in Logan. Ever.
If you want to drink wine in Logan, you have to BYOB.
Yeah, I think that you would get some, oddly enough, I think you would get looks. If you start drinking wine in Logan, people be like, what the
Can I order wine at the pizza crossing?
Don't know. I don't know. I know you
Ooh.
can get Budweiser.
Okay.
And they'll do, like Busch Light, all those kind of.
Is that pizza crossing big?
No, I mean it's not huge. It's. I mean for Logan, it's
How many
good size.
tables? How many tables?
I'd say that you're probably looking at 12 to 15.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
big
I
enough.
figured.
Big enough.
Smaller than a Pizza Hut, but bigger than a Domino's.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know.
Yeah.
The Kahlua just kicked in.
Oh yeah.
It's almost the weekend.
It's so funny you said that. My wife, Mexican Queen, is on like a Kahlua kick. She loves
She
that. Putting it in her
is.
coffee.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it is fun.
Well, the thing that's great is because I meet a buddy of mine there every Sunday for church, and she's now taking it to church, and she brings some for him. So they hand out free coffee, and she was pouring it right in front of the usher who was giving her the eye on Sunday. She's just blatantly just dumping it right into his coffee.
Jesus said, "Don't judge."
And she makes it massively strong too. He's walking out. He's like, I have a strong buzz. Like church is fun, right?
I love this. The Mexican
Yeah.
Queen is adding a little spice to Sunday services.
We're the alcoholics drinking on the front row at church.
Get it,
Yeah,
girl.
that's my question. Are you allowed to go to church kind of drunk? Does Jesus care?
Everybody's got their own little standards on it. To me, just get there. I think it's all good.
Well, if you weren't supposed to drink, why does he have church on Sunday Fun Day?
Right. Hello. And his first miracle was turning water into wine. I mean, it's a
Bam.
big argument.
In your
That's
face.
always my mic dropper right there. First miracle, bitch. I got an email from Amy and Sebastian. She said, I heard you talking about going to Logan for the Bigfoot Festival yesterday. And I said to my husband, I'm like, you know what? We really need to go to that and meet everybody finally. And he said, okay, so let me get this straight. You want to drive 18 hours to meet the KVJ show when we live an hour and a half north of them? She's like, yeah, well, I guess when you put it like that, yeah.
Stop being so sensible. Oh my gosh, I hate sensible people.
But I get it. Sometimes you have to go far away to get close.
Yeah, it is kind of odd. You know, I'm that way with my buddy Paul. You know, he does radio down in Miami, and I never see him except for radio conventions. We were supposed to get together, and then I had to cancel, and then he canceled, then I had to cancel, and he's like, you know what, dude, I'll just see you in Chicago. I'm like, all right.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's kind of it. We have to, fly halfway across the country to see each other. I got an email here talking about MegaCon. Want to know if Denny's got to see Kevin Smith, and is it Jason Mewes? Is that how you say his name?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe so.
Jay and Silent Bob. Were they there? Did you know that, Bird?
They were there. We did not see them, but Jen, Denny's wife, ended up meeting somebody that's related in that world that does illustrations.
I got you. Okay. All right. Well, Jimmy was wanting to know, and then he also suggested Suits see Clerks this weekend. Do you think Suits would like the movie Clerks from 1994?
That's a great question, Kev, because I never loved it, and a couple of my friends really did love it, and we always had a debate if it was good or not, and I know it's a classic, so that would be a good one.
We're kind of coming off of there was kind of a stink bong for him last week, though, right? Shouldn't we come back with a strong one this week? I mean, a big classic. What did he do last week?
You know what? I thought me and him were talking about either Wedding Crashers or Wedding Singer.
Okay.
You brought up 2 wedding movies? Who are you? I know you're
right?
sick with COVID. Damn, son, you done changed.
Well, they're great movies. Doesn't mean I want to walk the plank.
More weddings.
All right, Bird. If you want more wedding stuff, we'll give it to you.
No, they're both great movies. Come on.
Mm-hmm. I got Brandon here from West Palm Beach. Said that whenever I get bored, there's 2 videos I always go back to. Those the mukbang videos from a few years ago. And I'm wondering if once Bird clears COVID, if there's any chance that we'll get more mukbang, maybe like once a month, live or something.
I love doing the mukbang videos. I just didn't think anyone else liked them, to be quite honest with you, so I stopped doing them.
Brandon loves them. He says it doesn't have to be a huge spread every time. They were always funny and cozy to watch multiple times.
Huh.
So you got a mukbang fan in there. Just want to see you watch you eat, Bird.
Yeah.
Fuck. You just never know what's going to work with some people.
So
I
sexy.
appreciate that. It's very kind of you.
Is mukbang still a big thing?
Yeah, I think people, there's definitely an audience for a mukbang. I just think with our audience, we have so many different things going on. And when you tune into a mukbang, you go, what the fuck is this? It's Denny's Suits and Bird just eating, talking about weird shit. I think it is big if that's kind of your thing and that's how you built your audience for sure.
Okay. Not bad.
It just sounds so dirty, doesn't it?
It
Mukbang,
does.
it's the bang part of it. And muck sounds, like,
Yeah,
okay, I'm down.
what?
I mean, when you talk about the muck around here, you're talking about the dirt, the soil.
Right.
Out there in the glades, that's the muck.
Get in it.
So if you're doing
And-
a muck bang, you're banging somebody in that dirt-rich soil.
Plus muck, rhymes with suck, rhymes with,
Sure.
you know.
Yeah. Sounds dirty. Sounds dirty. We were just talking about Snoop Dogg and his full-time blunt roller on the regular shows. We wrapped it up. I guess Snoop was on with Stern and was talking about this, and we had that question about, okay, what are the perks of it? He said his salary was somewhere between $40 and $50K a year, and the perks include free weed, all paid expenses, everything I get, he gets. Like I go get some free clothes, he gets free clothes.
Wow.
So that's kind of part of it. Maybe we'll have a little bit more on that tomorrow, but gosh, that would be a pretty badass job. If you could design your own job for any celebrity, can you think of what you would want to do and who you would do it for? What are your skills and who do you love that you think that you would just be great And it would basically require you being with them at all times.
I'd like to be a personal bartender for like any big band that I love. That'd be kind of cool. You travel around. I mean, I couldn't roll blunts for the band, but I could certainly mix up some cocktails.
Okay. That does sound like fun. Okay. Is there something that stands out to you, Bird?
I give good massages. I think I rub well. I think I also can make good snacks.
Okay.
I think I'll shampoo your hair. I don't know.
Okay. It does sound like fun.
That get too weird?
It's whatever you want to do. If you want to shampoo somebody's hair, whose hair are you shampooing?
Shakira.
Oh, she's single now.
Yeah.
She's
I
probably
know.
looking to get a little rub.
I bet it. Stop it. You're gonna kill me over here.
Yeah, girl is all single. I saw a video with her and that she had just posted. I guess her dad, he's older and he's got, just some, I think it's like mind issues.
Oh, like dementia.
So the video was her showing him flashcards with, and it was all words I know, so it's pretty much rudimentary Spanish stuff, like
Right.
Grey Grease and things like that. And she would hold it up and he would say it just, to work on his mind and kind of keep his mind sharp. And he was in a wheelchair. And I was just kind of thinking, man, what a dirty ass son of a bitch her now soon to be ex-husband is. Because she's dealing with that. That's probably what it is. And here it is. You know how you do that? You see one thing, and I've already written all the
You
problems.
put it all together.
I filled in all the gaps. I know what the hell's going on in Shakira's life. I know why they broke up. She's been so focused on her dad, who's got maybe dementia or whatever is going on with him, and maybe not as available. And here she's got this hotshot soccer player that's just, he's been hitting the Shakira train for many years. They've got several kids, and he's to the point now where he's like over it. Like, Shakira, it ain't special anymore. And here she is doing this kind of boring stuff where she's caring for her dad, and he's off fiddling around.
Well, her dad recently fell and I think went downhill really fast. But I think it all happened like at the same time. Like she went to take care of her dad. And then that's when those stories were popping up about her husband going into like an apartment with two other chicks that were not her. And it was pretty public because a lot of people saw it. It was like he wasn't even trying to hide it. And then they said, oh, yeah, we're separated. So I don't know the timeline, but
I don't know.
It makes
I
him
don't
look
like him. I don't like
dirty.
him. Yeah, you're right. I don't know. After I saw that video right away, I'm like, that dirty. First of all, I'm like, okay, it sounded like he cheated on her.
It did.
And then when I saw the video of her helping her dad and just doing that, I'm like, what a dirty son of a bitch that guy is.
She's a fucking angel.
Honestly, just sweet as pie, gorgeous. That sweet Spanish accent when she's speaking English. Oh my gosh.
I mean,
Everything
I'm
you
old
want, right?
school crushing on her.
I know.
She is pretty adorable.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, and who knows? But I immediately, I can't stand that guy.
She
don't
needs
know
a
anything about
regular
him.
guy. She don't need some hot shot stud soccer player. He's got too many options. She needs a guy like the Bird.
That's right. A former baseball player who rode the bench, who's got a dad bod with no kids.
And no options.
Shut the fuck up. Sorry, did I say that out loud? I gotta watch when I say that, Kevin.
Yeah, but I saw that. I had it all figured out. I'm like, okay, that's what's going on there.
I think that's the narrative. Now, if it's been manipulated or crafted, shall we say, to look like that, it certainly looks like her man left her, cheated on her while she's taking care of her very debilitated dad.
Yeah, she's trying to help him along, and she knows she's got probably limited time with him.
Yeah.
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 That's good. That's great, Shakira.
Oh man, I can't get into my Kia Shakira. The COVID's blocking it, dog.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you'll get it back.
Okay.
It's like your sense of smell. Hopefully it comes back.
Did you see the Nick Cannon story?
Yes. Is this really something to brag about?
Oh, that's just what I don't get. Here's the thing, and he's doing these interviews, and yeah, the tone of it's like, yeah, good for you, man. He had 3 children in 2021, and now says that he's going for another. I thought I may even seen the headline that his new girlfriend is pregnant.
Well,
and that was it.
He is expecting, I think, multiples right now. So he went through a period where a therapist told him, stop, you need to be celibate. And so he was celibate for a little while. And I think that was probably the therapist giving him good advice. But then he had one of his children pass away as like a little infant, a little baby passed away. And I think it rocked him. And he decided after the loss of that baby that he was just going to go out there and make a bunch more babies. And maybe it's that he's going through something from losing the one baby, but I think he needs to go back to that therapist.
Well, he's got 7 kids with 4 women. And I don't know. And I grew up an only child, and I consider myself blessed that I have both my parents. But, just being a dad myself, if you've got 7 kids spread over 4 different households, I know how much time, and I see my son every day, and there's still times where I feel guilty that
neglect.
I'm not spending as much time with him and really helping to mold and shape him the way that I should. And that's one of the biggest things I have guilt for.
Sure.
I can't imagine if I had 7 kids spread over 4 households. That's got to be tough. How often are you seeing all 7 kids? How much time do you get to spend with them? And then if I would assume, because he's got a full career too. He does like a radio show. He does his Wild and Out. He's on the road. He's got TV. He does all this stuff. How much time are you spending with your kids? So is it good enough just to create them?
So does he love having kids, or does he just like not pulling out? Does it feel so good?
I don't get it. That's why I'm just odd with the tone of it, because the tone is like, yeah, it's awesome, man. Good for you. Keep having. I don't get it. To me, I think being a parent's a multiple thing. You create them, but then you mold them and shape them, and you're there for them, and you love them and hug them and kiss them. That's, I guess, my thought of what being a parent is. Clearly, I don't know. That would be my one question for Nick. The follow-up is like, okay, well, break it down. How often do you see each of these kids? And then the other question would be like, how much do you pay for each of these kids?
I'm sure he's paying, but geographically, there is no way for you to be present as much as these children are going to wish you were. It's just not possible. Unless you put all these baby mamas in one house and then you live in that same house with everybody, and we all know that wouldn't work. Because Mariah Carey ain't living with no other women in no house.
John D in the chat room said Nick Cannon has an illness, I think, so maybe that's why he wants multiple kids.
Somebody speculated that he's got triplets on the way. That the chick who's currently pregnant,
yeah, I think
her
I
name
maybe did
is
see that.
Bree Tiesi, and then there's another chick with the last name Della Rosa. Both of these chicks, they're saying, are pregnant. And there's either one's got twins and one's got a singular, or somebody's got triplets. I don't know what's going on, but it's a mess.
A couple comments I see in the chat room. One, Beth said, I'm the youngest of 7 kids, and my parents were never around enough for all of us. And that's what I'm assuming. That's my concern. And John, was saying Nick Cannon has an illness. Why do we always have an illness that will justify when we're doing something that probably is not right? And we're like, well, that's not my fault. I got an illness. What is your illness that makes you have so many children with so many women? I've never heard what that illness has a direct correlation to having tons of kids.
It just, he does not know how to take it out when it feels too good.
But
That's an illness?
I think he wants these kids. He's proud that he has all these kids. He's not
yes, he is.
I don't know how he is in the bedroom.
That's what I was saying when I read all the comments that he was saying. It's a very boastful, like, yeah, man, this is great. And then to me, I'm just like, gosh, I got guilt dealing with one kid not spending enough time. You got right now, as it is this moment, 7 with 4 different women, and you got, it sounds like a whole new fleet on the way.
Right.
How are you ever going to be what I would consider at least to be a good parent of, it's not just about creating them, and it's not just even about paying for them.
I don't think he properly grieved and dealt with the depression when Zen was the name of the kid. The little baby was 5 months old. Zen passed away from brain cancer. And it sounds like after that, he went through depression. And it sounds like now he's just trying to make up for that. And I think he needs to go back to the therapist and just make sure that you're doing this the right way.
Well, yeah, you would imagine, let's fast forward in 25 years. Are there not going to be probably a good number of these kids that might have their own little issues of abandonment or whatever it might be about a dad who, you were baby mama number 2 or 3 and
well, dad loved me, but dad was never there. That's creating a whole set of problems.
Well, and to me, the other thing I would say too, as a parent, dad loved me, but to me, as a parent, there's more than just saying I love you. Like that's
Right.
easy to do. To me, love is, man, I'm there for you. I understand you're going to have questions and problems. I'm going to help you figure it out. When you stumble and fall, I'm going to be there to pick you up. Wipe away them tears. To me, that's parenting.
I know Nick Cannon is super confident and comes off as just so, in control of his whole situation and like he knows best. Like he truly believes that he knows best and nobody can tell him nothing. But sometimes that's not a good attitude, especially when you've gone through something traumatic like losing one of your children to brain cancer at 5 months old. Like you got to deal with that.
Yeah, it just seems like you're taking something that bad that happened. Look, life is going to throw all of us really tough situations, and you don't want to compound something bad that happened to you with making decisions that could make it more challenging. And maybe it's never going to be Nick Cannon's problem, but it could be a problem for maybe one of his, I don't know how many kids he's going to wind up with. His issue, but
he's probably going to have about 10 is what it sounds like it's going to be near.
I was just confused with the braggadocious tone of the interview that
he is very braggadocious about it.
He's very proud of himself.
It's almost like he has gone into some psychosis space in his head that's helping him not deal with the loss of the one baby by creating more babies. And he's happy about the new babies, thinking that's going to make him feel better about the baby that passed away.
Well, then my other question is, what is your friend circle like? Because if I were good friends with Nick Cannon and I care about him and I care about what he's doing with his life, I would probably have a conversation with him and say, hey, man, let's walk down the road here of life and what people need. And
let's talk about these babies and how are you going to be able to spend time with them?
Yeah. They're spread out all over the place, and you have a very demanding career. So what's it going to be, dude? I'd be like, yo, man, I don't know. And then you do this interview where you're very happy with what you're doing.
Very happy.
You think it's the right move.
So confident.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, this is a question that we received here about Jaybird's family. There's a little debate going on with some KVJ Nationers wanting to know, Jaybird, can you clarify how many siblings you have? Because they say, I think Jason has one older sister out west, one niece locally who was raised like a sister, and one brother up north. But my friend believes there's an additional sister. Who's right?
Excuse me. Sorry, y'all. It is. I have 2 sisters. I have a niece that's out, yes, and then I have a brother.
Oh, sister.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have 2 sisters, and my niece that's really like my sister as well.
Okay, there you go. Okay, so that debate is settled. There you go.
And I love every fucking one of them.
Got to say that, right? A couple things. We are doing the Pump Up Your Summer, the 4-day, 3-night stay at the Caribe Royale Orlando. You'll get also $2K in that to buy your gas for the rest of the year, we hope. Though I'm not as confident as I keep seeing the gas prices going up and up and up and up. And they say that the national average now is at $4.96.
Oof.
29 cents. It's gone up.
It's up and up and up.
Yeah,
and
it
up
is.
and up and up.
It's crazy.
And again, this is the highest ever, right?
Highest ever. Yeah.
That.
It's marked the 12th straight day and the 29th time in the last 30 days that gas has set a record in America. 29 out of 30 days, we've hit a new high record. That's freaking crazy, right?
When does it stop, Kevin?
Some people are saying that they expect maybe around $6 a gallon. Palm Beach County's close to $5 now. In fact, there are some places I saw, I think $5.35 a gallon at one place. in Palm Beach
Holy
County.
crud balls.
Damn.
Yeah. And they say there are a bunch of gas-saving devices that are popping up on Amazon, but apparently they're all scams.
Oh, no. So on top of paying high gas prices, then you get scammed out of some money.
Yeah, absolutely. They're saying basically just make sure there's enough air in your tires, and that's really about the only hack that works. So all these other little things you're seeing are really just scams. But with it all, and you keep hearing about the rise in what your lease is and how much gas is and shrinkflation and all that kind of stuff, there is one thing that is sneakily cheap right now: the price of a cruise. How about that? They say right now you can get a typical Caribbean cruise at about $500 a person, including room and meals.
Wow.
They say nobody's really looking at that, but the cruise industry had to deal with the pandemic. I guess they're making up for money, and Suits is nodding his head.
Now's a good time to book a cruise.
I guess so. So if you were thinking no summer vacation,
Cruise. And you can leave right from here locally in Fort Lauderdale. That'd be so much cheaper than having to fly or drive a long distance.
so there you go. Little
That'd be cozy if we all took a cruise together. I know it's not going to happen, but that'd be fun.
We did it back in the day.
Yeah, we had done a cruise, and we'd actually, it's even something that I've talked about. I would not be opposed to it if we got, somebody together. Now, as far as plunking down whatever the money is and all that kind of stuff. But if we would be able to broadcast from the ship and take people and they could buy along, we've thrown that out there saying, hey, this is something we'd like to do. And sometimes it does happen. There are shows that have done it. I don't know where we are with it or if it's anything that they would consider. I wouldn't take the time to set it up. We have to have our promotions department do all that.
A 3-night Tom Cruise cruise.
Yeah, there you go.
All you wear the whole time is Tom Cruise costumes.
Look, we can bring that back for the next Tom Cruise movie. You know what I mean? That doesn't have to die.
Top Gun 3.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool to maybe check out. Yeah, some people in the chat room, Maria said Royal Caribbean was having great balcony deals for cruises through August. Grant said, yeah, I looked at a 4-day cruise today, $159 plus taxes.
What?
Isn't that crazy?
That's insane. $159 for 4 days? That doesn't feel right.
Pretty crazy stuff. Pretty crazy stuff. People were wanting to know about your flowers, Virginia. That was your husband, Panda, brought that in. It's your 10-year anniversary.
Yeah, Panda came in here and brought these beautiful roses, and he brought me Prosecco, and he brought me a card.
How lovely is that?
It's our 10-year anniversary today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if we see some fireworks over to Cuesta tonight, does that mean Panda's getting laid?
Oh, yeah.
Why is Suits there?
It's going off. Mm-hmm.
Yes, we're going to do a little family celebration tonight. We're all going to go out to dinner together.
Very cool. All right, well, there you go. Also got a quick shout out here. Little birthday to Andrea from your cousin Renee in Charlotte.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, send that out there. So there you go. All right, y'all, enjoy your birthdays and your special days. We got one more day to get you into the weekend. We'll see you back here then. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.